I love to get here late. It's like, whoa, close one. Welcome back, welcome back. It's good to see you again. So we're back here another day, surfing once more. Just looking over the footage here, having a good time with it. Always gotta start out here with a good stretch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes I stretch on the beach, sometimes I stretch in the parking lot. Kinda depends just how I'm feeling that day, I guess. Today was a parking lot day, so I'm just getting my body warmed up. It's nice to feel pretty damn warm when you start because your muscles are already ready to go. Your body's moving, your blood is pumping. It's much better when you get a nice little stretch in beforehand. And sometimes I wake up, I feel real tight. So it's good to get it out like that. Good surf today. It's a Saturday. The sun is shining. It's really hot. Got out there late again, per usual. I wouldn't even expect anything better from me at this point. Right here, yo, I'm trying to get this wax out and it takes me like 5 minutes. I sped through it right here, but it literally took me forever. It melted in my car, and as it melted into the packaging. Look at that, yep, got it. So when it melted into the packaging and then it dried up overnight, so it got stuck in there. Sometimes it's super annoying to get it out. And then we getting the wax going. Wax is pretty important for your board. You just wanna make sure you just ask the person at the surf shop. They'll usually give you a good idea of which wax you need depending on the season. Of course, that changes depending on the water and the weather as well. And also the type of environment you're in. So there's like tropical, there's cool, there's warm, there's, I don't know, there's all types of stuff. It usually has a water temperature that you wanna use for it. Walking through the parking lot, I always gotta dodge stuff. I'm always like, whoop, whoop, moving, left, right. You know, you don't want to bust no property.
And once again,
get you in trouble. I love to get here late.
get out here at 6 in the morning one of these days. I feel like the beach is way less crowded today than it was last couple of times I got here this late. The water's warm. It's supposed to be like 70 degrees today. The water is warm.
Honestly, the fact that there's not a lot of people probably has to do with it being the end of summer. People are usually on vacation, people are usually hanging out, or they're just not as super involved in coming to the beach as much, especially as the water starts to get colder. Obviously the water's still warm, I just said it, but it's still good enough for me to have my spring suit on. Thank goodness, man. It's always so freeing when I got that spring suit on, but it can be really hot. It's hard not to get burned. You gotta make sure you lather up. Sunscreen, protect yourself from that cancer. Some cancer is dangerous. Take that as you will.
Water's nice and warm. Waves aren't too high today, honestly. Might have been better with the longboard. The water building awesome, yo. Fucking hell. More fishermen, bro.
Always gotta dodge the fishermen. You do not want to get tangled up in some fish line.
Huh? No sharks. Out my shit. I sincerely fucking hope not. Goddamn. Oh no, damn sharks. Let's see. I just gotta wait a little bit. The tide's kind of funky right now.
You never want sharks. You never want sharks. You never hope for them. I don't even like when people bring that up when I'm going outside, trying to curse me or something, man. Jeez. A swing and a miss. Oh, but second one's the charm. Movements. Yeah, as expected for the first wave, honestly. especially with the type of day it was shaping up to be when I got there. The waves today were pretty like small, but they were super misshapen. The tide was kind of tugging it, so it was making it harder for them to break. But it was cool because if you caught it correct, you can catch it in further towards the beach and kind of just time it, and you can wait for a reform to happen. But once you get on the reform, it's like the wave goes from being a broken wave and then remakes itself anew. So on a day like this, that's really what you want to look for, especially if you're staying on the outside where it's just harder to catch the wave. So you just want to stay close to the pocket of the wave, kind of close to where the white water is breaking on it, and then just try and lean into it, and pump your way into the wave. A lot of times I've been realizing it has to do with looking back on the wave and just finding the correct position. So it's being in that pocket. When you're on the wave, there's a whitewash. When you're on the face of the wave, there's whitewash behind you where the wave is breaking, and then you're looking down the face where you're actually catching the wave. The pocket is where the power is. That's where you're gonna get the most speed. It's kind of like the most sloping part, and it's where the wave is actually physically pushing. And so staying in that area and then following that, staying in the power, can lead you to catch that reform wave, which will take you much further down the beach. So just a good time. Backside. There's nothing to catch. I disappeared so fast in that clip. Boop, gone. See, this is a good wave. I caught in, I made for the reform. I even pushed a little turn at the end of it. I didn't drop back in on it because I didn't want to get pulled further in and make my paddle out any worse. Stay in the pocket, yep. Little turn. I was annoyed because I could have cut back on that and stayed low and stayed on the wave a little bit longer. I could tell by the way I fell. Can't get them all. Oh, but there was one right after. Was it any good? Not really. Sometimes they be slow and it just kind of is like, it's like a sloshy jello out there. The wave's just hard to find the power to where you can get some real speed with it. Especially, I'm on a short board. It's 5'11". I'm 6'1", so it's a little bit shorter than me. So especially on smaller days where the waves aren't shaped up super well, it can be a little bit harder for me specifically to get speed just because of the size of my board. But I've gotten pretty accustomed to being able to do it though. Tit tat, we just wandering like a cat. Hit. The tide was real bad today. It was dragging me all the way down the beach, dragging me up north. So you gotta get out, walk all the way up the beach. And once I got to the other jetty, the south jetty, I looked to see if their waves were any better down south. Obviously they were not. So we are going back into the same spot that I paddled out at originally. So, pretty chill day overall so far. Dealing with the mush as best I can. Hanging in there, having a good time. I still got a smile on my face. Honestly, as long as I get to stand up and get that feeling of dropping in, maybe catch a wave like 10-15 seconds, get some good speed, maybe do a turn or something real quick, I'm usually pretty happy. But I like to try and get like a longer wave, like a 30-40 second wave if I can, because that just, it's fulfilling. Maybe I just need to get a longboard, because longboarders be getting it all the time. You can take it all the way from the outside into the beach. It's much easier because there's just so much more board there. There's so much more forward weight. So you can get on the wave probably like 30 seconds earlier than I can. I gotta paddle and be agile and get in there. Sometimes when I'm pumping, I will really hop step. I'll jump up like and put separation between me and the board. Sometimes it works, honestly. Sometimes it works. It puts enough forward weight on the board, so I drop in a little bit faster on the wave. Yeah, that was a decent wave. I like that one. Had some slope on it. I caught some speed. I took it pretty far. My ankle was dragging at the end of that wave, man. I gotta put a little more weight on my toe in that instance.
Heels dragging and shit. Still gotta get better at that backside, bro.
For a gnarly turn, and the camera got slapped down. Yeah, see, we made the day work, for real, because, I mean, I obviously had two of these same things happen where I knocked the camera down, it got just swashed in the wave. But we were dealing with a lot of closeouts at a certain point. It started to shape up a little bit better towards the end, but at the same time, it was closing out much more. So you get your gives and your takes and your ups and your downs. I was waiting here for a while, hanging out, man. You just enjoy it out there. I'm just happy to be in the water. Happy I came to the beach. Gotta stress it, man, because it fills a hole in my soul every time I go surfing. When I'm working every day throughout the week, my mind is always thinking, all right, I get to go this weekend and go surf. It's on my mind constantly. It's my release at the end of the week. And it's so fun to be able to share this experience with more people because I've done it in solitude my whole life. And so I don't really surf with people usually. I usually just go out there and surf by myself. It's been my hobby, it's been my outlet. And I've been wanting to get a lot better, which is why I've been making these videos and making this vlog, because it's going to help me in the long run, just being able to watch it back. And then just being able to share it is cool too. And just having that record. Look at this, I'm dealing with the with the jugs. Sometimes water gets caught in your wetsuit and it'll all fill up at the bottom of the wetsuit, so you have just like a bulge moving through. And when you're surfing and stuff, it's kind of hard to notice a lot of times, but when you get out, it's always super obvious. So every now and then I'll notice when I'm out there, and like the only time I can really let it out is when I'm standing up. Another reef intermission here. You know, we're chilling. Just, I wanted one more wave, so now I'm waiting for it. Patience is key. So I'm just chilling here. Oh, and then I see something on the horizon. I start to make moves immediately. This is where the hustle comes in. And because of my hustle, we made it, boys and girls. Wave of the day. This is what we pray to end on. So thank goodness for this. Kiss marks the end of a wonderful day of surfing. Honestly, I caught a lot of waves this session. I was definitely exhausted after.
Man, it was a fun day. No complaints from me. No complaints. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to catch. I think I got a lot of good clips. Nice people out there. Good energy all around the water. It's like, ooh, that was a close one. The water was like 70 degrees, bro. It's so nice. Oh, I'm a happy camper.
So once again, thank you so much for joining and tuning in here for another video. Comment, leave a critique. If you see something I can improve on, I'd love to learn more. Just one more time, thank you for coming in. I hope to see you again soon, and stay up, stay true, peace out.